Hey, this is Lenny. Welcome back to another great Let's Play of Shadows of the Empire. We are taking on Ord Mantell, which starts part 2 of this game. So, when we last saw Rendar, that kooky guy, part 2, in search of Boba Fett. A rival bounty hunter has forced Boba Fett into hiding before he could deliver his prize, the frozen Han Solo, to the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. As Luke Skywalker and rogue mercenary Rendar search for Boba Fett, a sinister new figure emerges from the underworld. This cunning and ruthless head of the powerful crime syndicate Black Sun plots to ensnare young Skywalker and replace Lord Vader at the Emperor's right hand. So you're about to meet this game's primary villain, Lord Xizor, or Prince Xizor, who is the, I believe, the underworld leader that runs Black Sun. Interesting enough, even though this game is technically not considered canon, not that it matters because it's all fantasy anyway, Black Sun was mentioned in the recent novel Star Wars Aftermath. So they are keeping some of these elements part of the canon, although they don't mention specifics. They don't mention like different specific characters or situations. So I wonder if Shadows of the Empire is actually considered canon or if it's just part of the legends. Guri had promised 300 ships for the construction project on Endor. He couldn't have found a more agreeable business partner. Or a more dangerous enemy. Guri's a droid, by the way. You don't find that out in this game, but she is. You've informed Jabba's bounty hunters that the order to capture Skywalker alive has now been changed. Yes, and no one will know that the new order to kill Skywalker came from you. Excellent. Vader will suffer the Emperor's wrath after he fails to turn Skywalker to the dark side. With them out of our way and the Emperor's need for Black Sun's near-infinite resources, my grip on the galaxy will be supreme. Notice I said sources there, because I have this really stupid-ass British accent. You were correct, Captain. IG-88 is down in the Savage Yard outside the city of Ord Mantell. I told you Princess Leia hired the right guy, Lebo. IG-88's ship was destroyed in a battle with Boba Fett. I'll bet he's looking for spare parts. And if I'm right, he'll lead me straight to Boba Fett. So basically, Boba Fett is in hiding from IG-88, who's this kind of wobbly, wonky little droid that you saw briefly in The Empire Strikes Back when Vader collects the bounty hunters together. So this is a hard level because you're on this moving train the whole time, so jumping is kind of challenging and you're kind of on a timer. You have to do things by a specific time, otherwise the train will disappear and you'll fall into this garbage or lava, whatever it is. And challenge points are also a little tricky here because you gotta time. Oh, I just missed one. Damn it. You gotta time your jumps like just right. And it's very easy to get hurt on this stage. It's not worth killing myself because I missed one, because then you just lose a life anyway, but... And these red gates you duck, the other ones you jump. But he even warned you at the beginning, be careful jumping because the train is always moving at an angle, and because you jump from side to side, because you're crazy Rendar, it's kind of tricky. But this is actually one of my favorite stages. I like the variety again in this game, and the fact that it makes the level a lot more fun and dramatic. It's more of a challenge to the craziness. See how you jump to the side there? It's very easy to do that and overstep a jump. And these ships, they look like they borrowed them from Gene Roddenberry's collection. They look like Klingon warbirds. How dare you mention Klingons in a Star Wars game, boy? How dare you use a southern accent to try and sound British? Wee-oo. Duck. And if you're more comfortable using the first person mode, oh, that was kind of cool. I just prefer to see dash on the screen. I like to see the person I'm playing, unless you're playing Doom, which is one of my other very favorite games. And you don't need to see the guy on screen. How's this look? That's pretty cool. You can't see what's in front of you though, so I don't use that very often unless again you're going through a narrow sidewalk or something. Sidewalk. There's no sidewalks in Star Wars. a narrow passageway or path or whatever. You shoot these gates before you get to them because they will hurt your butt. I love the music in this game too. This is the first Star Wars game I can remember that actually used the actual John Williams score. They didn't try to redo the score with like video game music with like a synthesizer, which is like what the Super Nintendo games did. So this game, you know, that John Williams score is basically one of the main characters in Star Wars. So you have to have John Williams score to even be considered feeling, you know, to feel like a Star Wars film. Which is weird. I don't think John Williams is scoring the spin-off Star Wars movies. But, you know, he's up there in age. That's all I'm gonna say. So, let's get that extra life. Whoa, that was a disaster. I've done that before. I don't think I've ever gotten that extra life without dying. Tricky bastards. Alright. Such a waste, because the extra life I don't think comes back. So, I didn't really lose anything by trying to get it. I would have just liked to have not died and kept the extra life. Because I've died a couple of times in this game so far where I really shouldn't have. Mashing buttons. And see, you can't stay on that train because guess where the train goes? Right down into that dead end. It'd be kind of cool if you could swim in this game. There is one level where you don't swim, you just kind of jetpack in water. But, you know, it's all good. Oh, will I get it? Yes! Not that it really matters, but maybe I'll get 2 lives. I think you get 2 lives if you collect, like, most of them, but not all of them. Hey, every little bit helps, because like I said, when you get to Boba Fett, hell, when you get to Boba Fett, you'll be needing some lives. Again, I'm holding down that Z button, and usually it'll hone in to your target. It's not perfect. It does work, though. Just like you can strafe. Oh, what the hell? Alright. The only thing about this level is it does seem like it takes longer to beat because you can't go at your own pace. You're kind of at the mercy of this train. Now, there are some challenge points and one-ups here. They are very tricky to get because, again, you're on this timer. By the way, I love the sounds these guys make when you kill them. But, oh good, extra health, full health. Kill this monkey. Okay, climb up here. There's a challenge point. This is tricky. This is like some John McClane stuff right here. Watch this. You go around the side here. And you just kind of very lightly get off the cliff and you get the challenge point. But you got to do this like lightning fast because you also got to get to the front. Oh! Oh my goodness, that was close. Okay, let's try to get this extra life here. Because I think at one point the train separates. And you got to get over there relatively quickly. He's down. Smug little bastard. Die. Alright. Got the challenge point. I got an extra life. Here comes the next car. This is tricky because it's always moving at an angle. Sorry for the sudden pitch in my voice. This game made me go through puberty though. And it made me revert back to puberty, obviously. Jump, and there's crap shooting at me. Where's that? There you are. Get over here. Looks like Darth Vader's helmet. There we go. All this crap. Backstabbers. You're just shooting from behind. Alright. We're getting to the end, though. And see, all this work to get these challenge points, and I missed, like, the first one on the level because of a tricky jump. This level is tricky, dicky. Anything from behind me? No? Alright. I like how you can see the rust on the floor. The detail in this game for 1996 is incredible. Alright, and we're going to jump up here. And there should be a challenge point over here. There is. Jump to the next hover train. Yes, sir! Mr. Lebo, sir. Kill this guy, and you make your jump. Okay. Now what's about to happen is supposed to happen. The train, see it says prepare for impact. The train is supposed to crash into these gates. I've heard people like freak out when that happens, but here we go. There we go. Here's the train, and it's gonna crash through the gates. Again, that is supposed to happen. Don't think you made it through this whole level just to die. There you go. We're about to fight us some IG-88, but I'll give you some secrets too. I've been monitoring you, Captain Rendar. I have tracked Boba Fett to the Xizor system, or he will soon lose Solo to me, and no one will stop me. Okay. There is no real strategy to killing IG-88 that I'm aware of, but we do have some homing missiles that we can use on him. Alright, so I usually ignore him first because I try to get some extra weapons, and I think there's some one-ups and challenge points on here too. Like there's one up here, up this really tricky beam of wood. You get that, and then there's some health if you need it, and some missiles. Oh, that's a flamethrower, awesome. And then you go across this bridge here, and then there's these little cylinders. Oh, he's shooting at me. There's these little cylinders down here with lava in them. They do hurt you, but there is some health and stuff. And then you go back, and you come back up here. You cross this bridge again, and then you cross this other bridge, and that takes you into another cylinder that has invincibility, and that makes killing IG-88 much simpler when, whoa, you can't get hit. Whoa, no, alright. And then, oh, he's shooting at me, Tex. Alright, challenge point and invincibility. Now, we get out our Seekers, which we have 100 of. And we try to find them before your invincibility runs out. Because once it does, there he is. 27%. And he's dead. Not hard. I used up more of my missiles than I would have liked. But that's Ord Mantell. Tune in next time, and we'll do Gaul, which is the biggest level in the game, and where we fight Boba Fett. Take it easy.